just, getting better every day, trying to improve ourselves. What can we do to be more consistent, to be happier, to stay healthy throughout this journey that we have with the team? That's mainly what I want. And then the rest will follow. If you have happy and healthy athletes, the rest is just...
Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to Season 3 of Flipping Out with Bridget Sloan. I am your host, Bridget Sloan, and this season we are talking all things NCAA gymnastics, from the athletes to the coaches to the insiders who make it all happen. And today's guest, I'm so excited. Please give it up for Miss Cécile Landi. Well, Miss Cécile Landi, thank you so much. I am so honored to have you on this podcast and so excited. I have some burning questions for you, but my first question is just, how are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you. And happy to be here. I remember you competing, so it's an honor on my side to be, interviewed by you. So,
yeah. Well, I did a little deep dive on you.
Okay.
And you were a rock star gymnast, 1996 Olympian. I watched you vault. It was I don't remember what meet it was, but I was like, look at her go. And on the old vault,
I know.
Bless you.
Well, we didn't know any better. Now I look back, I'm like, I would have saved my neck a few times. Yeah, it was, but we didn't know better, So
yeah,
I don't think the girls now understand how lucky they are to have a vault like that. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
No, it is so much better and safer, mostly.
Oh, absolutely. But I want to kind of talk about, so obviously you are in a different position now than what you were over the summer, which you had a pretty busy summer, pretty exciting summer. Really, I just want to dive into just what that was like, being an Olympian as a gymnast and then going to the Olympics as a coach. I don't know what that's like, but I can only imagine the feeling and emotion that goes into it.
This summer was pretty incredible. Like, not only it was in Paris, that's where I was born. My family was there. So it was kind of full circle and going back there. And I don't know, I just feel more pride when my athletes do better than when I did it myself. So it was really emotional to see them really, especially after Tokyo. We all know how it went. To be able to go there and do what they worked so hard for and to get that gold was just amazing. And we had our daughter competing in diving in Paris. So it was pretty surreal to be all three of us in the village and meeting for lunch or dinner at the cafeteria and see her compete. It was just unbelievable. Yeah.
I did not know that your daughter was, wow.
Yeah, she represented France in a 3-meter synchro. And that was her first Olympics at 17, like me. And so, but she's aiming for more. So I wish, I'll be in 2028 and cheer the Team USA and her as well.
Oh, that is so special. Wow. That's incredible. What a family. Wow. You guys are just athletes over there. That is remarkable. But I did want to highlight, so you and your wonderful husband really have changed, in my opinion. This is my podcast. I can say what I want. You've changed the coaching culture. And as an athlete that has seen it evolve and I was in it, and then I've really been able to watch it evolve into this beautiful, almost happy, like, it's back to having happiness in the gym. But there was something that I pulled from online today, and it just really stuck out with me. And I don't even know if you're aware of this, but you and Laurent you're known for positive coaching methods and athlete-centric approach in addition to your technical expertise. As an athlete, it gives me chills.
I didn't know. A lot of people ask us how, and honestly, I would say is past experiences as an athlete as well. I just remember in the 90s how I was and figured there must be a better way to do this. And I'll give credit to all the athletes that we've had for the past 20 years. We've grown with them. They've helped us understand that there's a better way to do this, and we were able to follow their leads. The technical was there, but the rest, honestly, it's all the girls that we have been blessed to coach that have helped us grow and become who we are today.
And when you were so as an athlete, did you realize that you were, you know, I feel like sometimes you're like, "Oh, I'm definitely gonna get into coaching." Was that always the goal for you, or was
No,
there
no,
Oh.
never. I mean, no, no. I always wanted to come to the States. I love I know the culture and all. I just don't know. I love the US. I was 12 when I did a camp and I just fell in love with the country. But as a gymnast, when I retired, I was burned out. And so there was
Mhm,
no way I was going to go back into a gym and do this. So I went to college and I was going toward more maybe PT, PE teacher. I thought a PE teacher was great because you had all the vacations and pretty decent schedule, pretty decent pay. I was like, that's not gonna be too hard. I worked so hard. I deserve to kind of chill out maybe for the rest of my life. I don't know. And then a couple years into the school, I was there. The training center called me where I used to train and was like,
mhm,
hey, we want to pay for your school, but we want you to coach. And I was like, oh no, 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 I'm not
mhm.
doing this. And then one of the coaches there was like, oh, you need to go. You will be a great coach. And so I finished that year and I was like, you know what, I'm going to try. And if I don't try, I will know. And maybe I like it. And it's been 23 years now. So here.
Seems like you like it.
Yeah. So yeah, there I am. But
Wow.
yeah, when I retired, that was not in my mind just because, yeah, I was burned out.
Yeah.
I was done.
Yeah, I know the feeling. I know
Mhm.
it's a very strong feeling. But I do kind of think that being a teacher, being a coach, they do kind of go hand in
Yeah.
hand. So it sounds like to me, from an outsider perspective, you've always wanted to give back.
Yeah. I also, when I was younger, wanted to be a nurse like my mom. But then she was like, it's a lot of hours, not a decent pay. Like it's going to
Mhm,
be too much. And I became a coach and I was working crazy hours. And, in club, you don't, it's not for the money that you do it, obviously.
mhm.
And I looked at her, I said, see, mom. And she's like, oh, I'm sorry. So, but it turned out great. And, you just evolve and, yeah, you do it because you love it, truly.
Mhm.
This is a job that you have to love to be able to do.
Absolutely. And so you are now the co-head coach
Mhm.
at the University of Georgia.
Yes.
I believe you are the first, and I could be totally wrong, but I was thinking very deep in my brain and I actually went on Google. Are you the first ever coach to go from Olympics and coaching at the Olympic stage now to a head coaching position?
I have no idea. But, if Google knows, probably
I was
true.
just about to say the internet will tell us. The
Yeah.
internet will let us know, or the what is it, the Gymternet
The gym
specifically
internet.
will definitely let us know. But I was thinking about that and I just again, from an athlete perspective, I know the transition. As an athlete, some people have a really hard time
Mhm.
transitioning from elite and then into college because I mean, there's no really real way to compare them because they're just so different.
True. Yeah.
So, from a coaching standpoint, right now into the months that you've been there, what has been not necessarily the biggest challenge? I'll ask that later, but the biggest adjustment as far as going from club to college?
So at first we were in 8 hours a week training
Mhm.
required, like we
Oh.
could required. So it was very strange for me. But the girls, most of them, they stayed longer. They wanted to train more.
Mhm.
So for me, it's all the rules, all the rules, all the
Oh,
rules, and
there's
what
a lot.
I mostly cannot do is really what I have to figure it out. The gymnastics part of it, it's now we are the 20 hours a week, and I feel like it's plenty of hours for the
Mhm.
athletes. So it's been really good, and the technical is the same thing. It's gymnastics. But yeah, all the outside that we have to deal with, and all the meetings. I've never had that many meetings, and meeting all the people. It's been really fun, but I'm kind of glad the family stayed back in Texas, honestly, because I've been able to jump in fully and not to
Mhm.
have to worry about, oh, I need to be home to do this and that. It was just full on work,
Yeah.
and then getting the hang of it, and but yeah, the rules I would say is the biggest thing. Like, oof, compliance is a big one.
Oh, so little fun fact. Compliance did not like me when I was in college for the exact same reason. I think it's so interesting. In the club, you have a lot of freedom in college, don't get me wrong, but it's just like you go from making your own schedule. Like in club, you and
Yeah,
Laurent, you went to the gym, you had such a strict, well, I don't know if it was strict, but you had such a scheduled
yeah.
day. And now I can only imagine, yeah, the meetings. I mean, as an athlete, you have a lot of meetings. As a head coach,
Yeah.
you have got a lot of shaking hands, I can imagine.
It's a lot, but it's been really fun, and the university has been great.
Mhm,
The difference is also like when we're in club. Okay, let's say, oh, tomorrow we want to change practice or whatever. We could do that. Now, all the rules. I can't change practice when I want. It's just, and I understand that. It's just sometimes we want to do something fun for the girls. They're like, no, it's a VIP treatment. I was like, oh my gosh, okay. We want to do this. Like it's all that stuff that is so new to me.
mhm.
So I have the head of compliance and another one on my phone. And every time I'm like, hey, can I do this? Someone tags me in something, I say, can I repost it? Can I like it? Can I do this?
Mhm.
The hardest part is not to be able to talk to any of my former athletes who have signed or are in college. Really, so
Oh my gosh.
that is the hard part. Other than that, I can say a quick hi if I see them, but you know, uh, there's no text messaging or anything, happy birthday, whatever. Like those things
Yeah.
are gone. And so for them, it's been hard as well. But, you know, it's
Yeah.
that's part of it.
Well, and those are things that, that I didn't even think about, and
Hmm.
those are really challenging to navigate when it used to be a daily occurrence to being basically completely cut off.
Yeah. Yeah. And the
Oh,
kids
wow.
we've had for 4, 5, 6 years. And
Mhm.
just, I can't.
Yeah.
And it's hard, but they're well taken care of. And one day we'll be able to talk again freely.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Well, I'm sure that Georgia's compliance is really appreciative of you asking all the questions because yeah, it's a different animal,
Hmm.
college and compliance. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of rules. So, did you as a club coach were you always looking at college or was this more of a opportunity that kind of came your way that it was like I got to take it?
I've always said I wanted to be an NCAA coach one day. I just wanted to finish what we have started. Ideally, I wanted my daughter to graduate high school 2025. And then after that, Lana would be open to any opportunities, a national team here, other countries, or NCAA. So a lot of people knew that about me, that I was
Mhm.
interested in college. I've had a couple offers the past few years and I turned them all down. It was just not
Mhm.
the right time. I really wanted to finish at least Paris before. And I'll be honest, when Ryan called me, I said no. I was like, no, it's a year too early. You know that. Um, but he was like, no, you'll go back to Texas. We'll help you. We'll just make it work. Like,
Yeah.
so they've been great for that. I've been able to go home and, um, but yeah, the opportunity was too great for me to say no.
Mhm.
And they were willing to wait after Paris to let me finish. I was like, I'm not, if I can't do that, I'm not coming.
Right.
I have to do what I've started. So yeah.
Absolutely. Well, Cecile, you're worth the wait. I can attest to that. I am very, very excited for you. And I really kind of want to jump in a little bit about the team, kind of
Hmm.
what that experience was like coming in. You went from coaching the the best of the best athletes and now you're coaching the best of the best collegiate athletes. It is it's a little different, but take me through kind of what that initial like, hello everyone, I'm your new head coach. Nice to meet you guys.
The first week, I mostly kind of I would say watched a little bit what was
Mhm.
going on. The three coaches, Ryan, Marissa, and Alexi, would I've been there for a few months, so they had their
Mhm.
thing going, and I didn't want to jump in and be. I wanted to see what was happening, so I stayed a little more back. I think the athletes, you might want to ask them one day, but I think they were more afraid than me. They were afraid of me. Like some were nervous, and I was like, "What?" Well, because of who I coach, but um, and a lot of people, I guess, when they meet me, they're like, "Oh, you're just normal." I was like, "Why wouldn't I be? Like, it's just me,
What
you
were they
know?"
expecting you to be like?
I think they were afraid being an elite coach, but also did level 10 and others that it will be maybe crazy assignments. I don't know. Maybe my expectation will be too high. I have no idea. That's a question probably for them one day. But it was the first week I kind of watched, and after that, I slowly, put my foot in, and but I didn't want to disturb and um, make changes too fast.
Mhm.
It's a slow progress. They have to earn my trust, and they have to understand that I truly want the best for them. And then when we have that, the respect and the trust on each other, oh, we're going to be good. And then now I can see, they come out to talk to me about other things than gymnastics, and they've opened up to other things, and we've been really clear on the goals and what we want and don't want, and it's been really well received, and really see the team getting really really together right now, like really pushing through, getting ready for season, so it's been fun.
Yeah, no, I can only imagine. I think it's funny when you said that they were afraid of you or like intimidated. Maybe that's a
Yes.
better word.
Yeah.
Maybe not afraid, but they were probably a little intimidated. And I'm not gonna lie, the very first time I went back into the elite world post college, I was a little intimidated on the floor. There was a moment where I was standing on the floor, it was some event. Cannot remember for the life of me, but all the athletes and coaches are around, and I caught myself, like, chin up, chest out, like, almost pretending to be like a gymnast again. I can only
I know.
imagine, like,
It's hard.
yeah, it's it's a challenge, well, and especially getting a new coach. I think you're handling it beautifully, and I don't think anyone had expectations for you, but the transition of, especially in college, being a student athlete, and your daughter will find this out, it's a full-time job, especially when you've got classes on top of it and studying exams, mandatory study hall, like all these things piled
Mhm.
on. And when you kind of disrupt the feng shui in a way with a new coach, it can be a little intimidating.
Yeah.
I can speak on that. I've been through it, and I know I did not handle it the best way. If you talk to Jenny, she'll let you know I was a little tough, but the best thing for these athletes, like you said, is to build that trust. And that is one of the hardest things as gymnasts. We're so kind of like, let's be honest, we're a little hard-headed.
Mhm.
We're
And I had to be patient, and I had to earn their trust. That's what
Mhm.
I had to work on. Really, that's what I wanted, because I mean, I'm full on, and I'm a 100% in the team. I needed that back. I need them to understand that, I was there for them. It's not about me, and yeah, just earn their trust. So I just need to give them time, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I would like to know, you talked about how the team is really aware of kind of the goals and the expectations. So, I mean, what are some of the goals if you can share with us?
Well, cliche. Well, I would say it's very cliche. We want to have a healthy and happy season.
Is
You
not
know,
cliche.
this
That
is
is
really
important.
that's main thing. And then after that, we want to improve from previous seasons, and we want to be more consistent, and we want to just one meet at a time get better, and see where it takes us. Obviously, SCCs are now 9 teams, so one team will be out. So you know that's the goal, to be part of the SCC championships, and then hopefully beyond. And then we'll see where it takes us.
Oh, it is 9 teams now.
Yeah.
Oklahoma.
Mm.
Wow. Well, I'm really excited for you to be in the SEC, but I did want to ask what are you most looking forward to with this new role? I don't want to call it a new journey.
Mhm.
It's still a coaching position for you, but this new role as, the co-head coach for a program that is, it's a legacy. They
Yeah.
have a dynasty and have a lot of great athletes that I'm excited to see what you guys do with them. But again, I mean, what has that transition been like going into this specific program?
I mean, it's an honor to be asked to, take it over with Ryan. But second, it also a lot of pressure.
Mm.
We've asked for time. We need some time to rebuild and, to get back to the top fully in a few years. In the meantime, it's just, getting better every day, trying to improve ourselves. What can we do um, to be more consistent, to be happier, to stay healthy throughout this journey that we have with the team? That's mainly what I want. And then the rest will follow. If you have happy and healthy athletes, the rest is just, it goes, it just
Yeah.
happens. Yeah.
Well, amazing. Is there anything you would like to say as the head coach on the podcast?
No, just I know that I mean everybody's expecting so much right away, but like I said, give us some time. The team is doing really well. The team is
Yeah.
working. We have really good athletes and we have great recruits for 25, 26. So we're excited for the future. And
Mhm.
just the gym trainers needs to remember those athletes, they read what they write. So be kind. Being kind is easy. And if you don't have anything nice to say, just don't say it.
I mean,
Especially for the
couldn't
athletes. We can't take it. I don't care. But the athletes,
yeah.
it's just hard. It's hard enough. They work hard. They don't deserve sometimes what we read.
Yeah. That actually kind of made one question pop into my head. Are you, social media being such a prominent, it's
Hmm.
in our lives every day, and especially as athletes, what have you thought about the NIL program? Because
Ooh,
that's a brand Yeah.
I mean, like social media, it's a blessing and a curse.
Mhm.
Great things can happen for the athletes, but when it's an added amount of pressure, I feel like it's really unnecessary. But that's part of it, I guess. It's just if you can get your school paid with your scholarship and get some money on the side to start your life better, then it's great. But
Mhm.
you still need to enjoy college life. You're still young. You have many, many, many years of worrying about making money and building your life. So just try to enjoy that. But yeah, sometimes it can be a lot of pressure on the athletes,
Mhm.
um, especially the best ones. So it's great, but at the same time, they're still struggling with themselves. They're still
Yeah.
building and growing, and it's not that easy to always look perfect. Um, and I remind them you don't have to. Like
Yeah.
you need to be you, and some days you're not going to be perfect, and that's okay. It's fine. But yeah,
Well,
it can be a blessing and a curse for sure.
yeah. Oh, no doubt. I can't imagine it right in this
Yeah.
day and year, and yeah, I can't imagine that amount of pressure, but I am so incredibly honored to have you on, and
Thank you.
I cannot wait for season to get started. I think it was really as again, I'm gonna call myself an outsider. I didn't even realize this was even in, like, the work, so, of
Hmm.
course, when it got announced, I got goosebumps. My heart started racing, so I was like, it's gonna be incredible."
Thank you. Well, it happened really fast. Like a lot of
Yeah.
people was like, "You didn't tell me." I was like, "Listen, I had maybe 36 hours. That's how
Mhm.
fast it happened. It was just so fast." And but yeah, I had been in the work many years for the future, and so a lot of people were like thought it was a joke, but yeah, they thought it was a fake news.
No.
They were like, "Is it real?" I was like,
What?
"Yes, it is." They're like, "Oh my gosh!" They just thought that they knew once Juliet graduated, we would
Mhm.
be open, so they just thought it wasn't. And I just hadn't been to a meet with Team USA, And that
Yeah.
was never in the conversation because I didn't know about it,
Right.
and so it was just very sudden for other people. Even for me, though, it was a little bit like, whoa, did that just happen? But yeah,
I mean, you live in the present. You
yeah,
don't think too far ahead, but at the same time, like you mentioned, it's always good to have it sounds like you had a plan and you were just waiting for the right time to
yeah,
make that plan
yeah.
become a reality.
The right time, the right people, and working with Ryan, makes sense. And then Alexi
Mhm.
and Marissa, they've been great, great.
Yes. I personally love Marissa.
I
I'm a
know.
big I'm a big Marissa King fan.
She's
I can't wait.
awesome. She's
Yes.
awesome.
Oh, she's the best. She's the best. But I again, I'm so grateful and so excited to see what you do with this team.
Thank you.
I cannot wait to see you in Athens. It's going to be
Thank you.
amazing.
Thank
I'm
you.
really excited for
I
this
appreciate
journey and
it.
this path for you.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you. And go dogs.
Uh,
There you go. You
yep.
can't say
Yep.
it, but
One
I
of
will
the
say it for you.
I am a very unbiased individual, but yes, go, go dogs.
Oh, thanks. Thank you.
And that wraps up today's episode. I hope you all enjoyed it. Make sure to tune in each week because we will be dropping new episodes with the amazing guests that I have lined up for you. Please make sure to like and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. This is Flipping Out with Bridget Sloan. I am your host, Bridget Sloan. I hope you all have an amazing rest of your day. Let's make some good life choices out there, and don't forget to be awesome. Bye, guys.